Today's cryptic crossword clue is roused by a worker striking, writes one at last. And this clue comes to us from one of our members, LCameron, and this is a clue where there are a lot of options in terms of wordplay indicators. And when you come across a clue where there are lots of potential indicators, it's really helpful to focus on what can't be an indicator and start there. So in this clue, roused 100% could be an anagram indicator, because if you rouse something, you excite it. And so if you roused some words, they'd get excited, they'd move around, 100% anagram indicator. And then striking can be a deletion indicator. If you strike something off, you delete it. Writes could be a selection indicator, pointing you to the right-hand letters of some words. And then one, maybe one could be a containing indicator. If you win something, you claim it. You could take something within itself. I think that's plausible. And then at last, again, another selection indicator or potential selection indicator. The last letter of a word. So much going on. What's the bit that really can't be an indicator? I think it's a worker. Those two words there. They're not really potential instructions, and they're unlikely to be the definition either, unless the definition is roused by a worker, which seems kind of unlikely. So they are very likely fodder letters for us to play with. And there are 7 letters there in a worker, and we need 6 letters for our answer. So if they're both fodder words, we're going to have to delete something. And it's right next to striking, which I already mentioned, potential deletion indicator. So what if we were striking rights from a worker? Well, we could be striking the rightmost letters of those words. So you'd take the last R off worker, and then you'd take the last letter off the word A, which is the entire word. Ooh, that's a little bit awkward. I mean, you could try it, but it is kind of weird. But I guess we're in the world of doing weird things with letters, so it's worth a try. But another way you could interpret it is that rights is a reference to the letter R. Right, the word right, can stand in for the letter R, much like left can stand in for the letter L. That's very common. And worker has 2 R's in it. So if we take a worker and we strike the rights, we get a woker. And then that could be roused. You could rouse that with the word by. Maybe by is another fodder word, but then now you're back to 7 letters again. So it's not quite working neatly. But if you have a worker, a woker, that's 5 letters. If we add to that one more letter from one at last, the last letter of the word one, and N, you get the word awoken, another word for roused.